Hello, today we're going to be working on the median once again, and this is on page 2. And today we're going to work with data sets that have an even number of data items. If there's an even number of data items, there will be two numbers in the middle of the data. In this case, the two middle numbers must be added together and then divided by 2. In other words, we're finding the mean, the average, of the two middle numbers in a set of data. So that means that the median may or may not be one of the actual data members. So let's get started. We always start, once again, by putting the data items in order. So we're going to scan the data and look for the lowest number. So we're going to start with 48. And the next data item is 51. 55 is next in order. And as I scan the data, it looks like we're finished with the numbers in the 50s. So now we're going to look for numbers in the 60s. And 64 is the only number in the 60s, followed by 73 and 75. And then we go on to 82 and finally 96. So I see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 data items accounted for, and the original list was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So every data item is accounted for. Now starting at either end, we want to move towards the middle. So I'm going to check off the first number and check off the last number. One teacher described it as closing the curtain. We're going from one end, from the other end, kind of closing the curtain towards the middle. And as I now see, I have two numbers in the middle. There's 3 on one side, the first side, and there's 3 at the end of it. So now, as it mentioned, we have to take the two middle numbers and add them together. So we have 64 and 73, and that equals 137. The sum is 137. If you recall how to find the mean, we take the sum and divide it by the number of data items. In this case, we've added two numbers, so we're going to divide by 2. And that answer is 68.5. And you can see that 68.5 is not one of the items that's listed in the data, but that is truly the middle number in this set of data. So 68.5. In fact, it would fall exactly in the middle between 64 and 73. And what this does is it divides the data into two equal parts. So there's 4 numbers before 68.5 in this set of data and 4 numbers after 68.5 in this set of data. So now let's move on to letter B. Jack's science book has 10 chapters. The number of pages in each chapter is given below. What is the median? So we were told that there should be 10 data items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to put those 10 numbers in order. So we're going to start with 9, followed by 11 and 12. Then we're going to go on to 13 and 16. And then 18. So it looks like we've exhausted all of the numbers, or accounted for all the numbers that are in the teens. So now we're going to go on to numbers in the 20s. See 21, 24, 25, and the last number is 30. Once again, we want to make sure everything is accounted for. There should be 10 data items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all of our data is now accounted. So we're going to start at the beginning and check off a number at the beginning and then one at the end, starting from the end. One from the beginning, one from the end. And now I can see that I have two data items left in the middle, 16 and 18. So I'm going to add 16 plus 18 because we're trying to find the exact middle, and that equals 34. And we're finding the mean or the average of these two numbers. So I'm going to take 34, which is the sum, and divide it by the two numbers that we've added, and that's 17. So if we look at this, it makes logical sense that 17 is exactly in the middle of 16 and 18. And once again, that divides our data items into an even number. We have 9 numbers in front of the median and 5 numbers after the median. So our median number is 17. And again, it's not part of the data. Sometimes we will get a number that is part of the data. For instance, if this were 16 and another 16, when I added 16 and 16 together, we would get 32, and 32 divided by 2 would give us back 16. So in that case, we may have the median of a set of even numbers be actually one of the data items. So at this point, would you please pause the video and go on and complete letter C and letter D on your own. Replay the video when you are done. There were 6 data items in part C, leaving 30 and 39 in the middle. So those were added to get the sum of 69 and then divided by 2. So the median for this set should be 34 and 5/10. Please go on to letter D. In this particular set of data, there are 8 data items. The middle two numbers were 5 and 8, and the sum of 5 and 8 is 13, which we divided by 2. So our median for this set of data is 6 and 5/10. Thank you, and we'll see you for the next lesson.